name is Etta Smith. This is my Interpersonal Communication Project PowerPoint presentation for my HSER 508 course. Next, Introduction. Utilizing the textbook Bridges Not Walls and Listening the Forgotten Skill, I have learned much more about communication skills than I ever imagined. This class has begun what will be a continuous quest to become a master communicator, and the lessons that I have learned are outlined in the following presentation. Next. My overarching goal is that effective communicators always remember that listening is more important than speaking. It is my desire to never forget the fact that communication can be a very powerful tool in building relationships, and more importantly, to be the person that sits across from someone, and when they leave, they are better for that experience. Next, enlarging my conversation. According to Stewart 2009, there is a direct link between the quality of your communication and the quality of your life. I will enlarge my conversation in the following ways. Empathetic listening. Encouraging and dialogue listening, meaning that as I am speaking with someone, I will give positive feedback in order to encourage them to keep talking and to facilitate disclosure. Number 3, inhaling and exhaling. Next. My behavioral blend was D, and the positive influences from that blend include that I lead by example, that I am decisive, dynamic, determined, direct, and inspiring. The flip side next. The flip side of that are the negative influences because of my behavioral blend. Dominant to the extremes at times, demanding, at times much too demanding, and also too direct at times. Next. Continuing on with my behavioral blend, I also was shown to be an IDS. The I stands for inspiring. There are times when my leadership is quite inspiring. Dominating, I do enjoy getting my way. Submissive, I do enjoy making other people happy, and I'm often the one to back down in order to make that happen. Next. Some potential barriers to effective communication on my part do include not listening in the moment. To correct that situation, I need to orient my complete attention to the speaker. Number 2, remain focused at all times. Number 3, learn how to listen carefully and not be concerned with my point of view. Next, potential barriers continued. Being afraid to open up is another one of my barriers. To correct that, I will, 1, be aware of how I want to be received and perceived by others. Number 2, don't utilize canned responses, just what I believe that the speaker wants me to say to them in response. Number 3, remain completely aware of my own biases and opinions. Number 4, trust God and myself to be the person across the table that is effective and empathetic. Next. Potential barriers continued. Another potential barrier for me is not always listening at level 1. What I will do to correct that situation is, number 1, do not let my mind wander when others are speaking with me. Number 2, disregard any preconceived biases, as I spoke of before. Number 3, disregard how I feel about what the speaker is telling me, and don't worry about my own opinions as I'm listening to them. Number 4, listen actively with appropriate responses. Next. Noise pollution is always a problem. Some noise pollution is internal, some is external. Not to be what Burley Allen in 1995 text calls a faker is one point. Do not use my opinion of the speaker to determine my level of listening. In other words, don't let any preconceived biases of that speaker determine if I'm going to give any credence to what the speaker is saying. Just listen effectively and attentively. Next, press stop on the dialogue tape playing inside my mind. Internal dialogue can be harmful. Number 3, do not mentally rehearse my answers as I'm having a conversation. Next. External noise pollution can be just as detrimental. To correct that situation, I will need to disregard background noises. According to Burley Allen, 1995, once again, some examples are clocks ticking, television in the background, birds chirping, and other harmful distractions that can occur during a conversation. Instead of allowing distractions I will begin to utilize effective listening skills until they become lifetime habits for me. Next. My plan of action include the following. Number 1, I will utilize the talker-listener cards as an effective tool, which I learned from the text, Why Don't We Listen Better? Number 2, I will improve my listening skills to master level 1 listening. Number 3, I will master active listening skills. Good communication is vital to the counseling profession, and as noted by an article entitled The Value of Communication, even physicians can benefit by effective communication. According to the article, it enables doctors to identify patients' problems more accurately. Good communication enables doctors to identify patients' problems more accurately, as I said before. Patients will thus better understand their own condition, their treatment options, and their prognosis. Informed patients are far more likely to be compliant with the prescribed therapy. Moreover, when communication skills are used effectively, even a doctor's own well-being is improved. The cards, as explained by Peterson, 2007, will assist me in communicating without agreeing, disagreeing, advising, or defending. To go along with the point of improving my listening skills to master level 1 listening, I will remember to tune out external and internal noises in order to give the speaker my total attention, and also give feedback with positive nonverbal dialogue. To go along with my plan of action to master active listening skills, what someone says and what you hear can be totally different. In an article entitled Developing Active Listening Skills, Can You Hear Me Now? And Effective Communication, How Effective Communication Will Enhance Your Career, personal beliefs, assumptions, and judgments and filters can distort what you hear. Active listening will help me eliminate barriers that will keep me from hearing accurately. I may use active listening to get the results that I want, meet my supervisor's expectations, enhance relationships, and avoid conflict. Active listening will also improve understanding of what others are saying, thinking, feeling, and therefore increases my ability to meet their needs and mine. The end.